Good morning. Ooh, that's loud. I am Connie Ordway, a member of our Board of Trustees, and I welcome you to this Sunday service at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbia. I am a beautiful, pale, 62-year-old woman with salt and pepper hair. I stand about 5'6" with long, skinny arms, and this morning I'm wearing a sleeveless, billowy dress with broad ribbons of purple and yellow and green and sequins. We are a congregation of many beliefs, striving together to embody courageous love, radical welcome, and deep connection. And we are so glad you are here. Welcome. We offer a live stream of our services and extend a warm welcome to those of you joining online. We strive to make our worship accessible, and you can find an accessible order of service with hymn lyrics included at our homepage, uuucc.org. There are listening assistance devices with our ushers near the entrance to the sanctuary, and if you're on Zoom, you can click the CC button for subtitles. For those of you with us in person, masks are now welcomed, celebrated, and optional. We'd like to particularly welcome any visitors among us this morning and invite you to find our Visitor Connect book in the greeting area or in the chat. We'd love to stay in touch with you. Children and babies are always welcome in worship, and we also have a lively children's program for all ages and nursery care for our youngest ones in the lower level. Children will be invited to a Sunday school class, which I believe is at the playground, after our centering and time of embodied prayer. Please rise as you are willing and able, and let us join together in singing hymn number 1073, The Earth is Our Mother. We will sing the first 3 verses. Is our mother, we must take care of her. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey young, oh young, hey young, young. Hey young, oh young, hey young, young. Her sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. Her sacred ground we walk upon, with every step we take. Hey young, oh young, hey young, young. Hey young, oh young, hey young, young. The earth is our mother, she must take care of us. The earth is our mother, she will take care of us. Oh young, young. Hey young, oh young, hey young, young. Thank you. You may be seated.
I am Lynn Malley, a light-skinned older woman. I'm wearing a black dress with crazy red flowers on it. At the beginning and end of our rituals, we do what we call the casting of the circle and the opening of the circle. We do this to create a sacred space. In order to do this, we use many methods. Today, we will be moving from one to the next of the cardinal directions, bringing a tone at each and asking the spirits and energies that are aligned with those directions to be with us. At the end of our service, we will do this again to release them. We begin in the east with the element of air and the power of intellect and inspiration. To you we call, hail and welcome. And to the south, with the element of fire and the power of passion and transformation. To you we call. Hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. To the west with the element of water and the power of healing and deep understanding. To you we call. Hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. And to the north with the element of earth and the power of love and abundance. To you we call. Hail and welcome. Hail and welcome.
Hi, I'm Barbara Carter, and I'm a light-skinned older woman with a lot of gray hair. And today, much to everybody's amazement, I'm wearing a dress that is mostly green and black and tie-dyed, which is very me. Here we stand once again, and the earth continues to move with us as its companions. In the pagan world, the summer solstice is often called Litha. It is a time of celebration, honoring the god or goddess, depending on who and where you are, who stands in the fullness of their power on this day. The summer and winter solstice are celebrated in many cultures around the world. They are the times when light and dark meet and battle for dominance over the natural world. But always, always, at the summer solstice, we are aware that on the morrow, the god or goddess takes the first step toward the darkness, going in willing sacrifice that the world may continue, only to rise again at the winter solstice. So it has ever been, so may it ever be.
We now kindle our chalice flame to represent the cup of community that holds us and the inextinguishable flame of spirit that unites us. As I light our chalice, will you please join me in the words of affirmation printed in your order of service? Love. Please rise as you like to sing hymn 1059, May Your Life Be as a Song. We're going to do this 3 times. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing away the light and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing away the light and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night.
Good morning. I am Jeff Ordway, and middle-aged but aging white man with thinning more than I want to, light brown hair, and a gray goatee. Today I'm wearing blue jeans and a burgundy t-shirt. So, the story of the oak spirit and the holly spirit. Typically, this is a story about the oak king and the holly king. However, we have decided that we're going to degenderize this. So, a bit of background. Our planet goes through cycles, from hot days to colder ones, and then back again. The longest day of the year, that is the one with the most sunshine, we call summer solstice. The shortest day, the one with the least amount of sunshine, we call winter solstice. Since the beginning of time, there have been those who prefer longer days and those who prefer shorter ones. The ruler of oak prefers the days with the most sunlight and the warmth that it brings. The ruler of holly, well, they prefer days with less sun and cooler temperatures. So when spring comes and the world awakens, the ruler of oak is in charge. They bring warmth and growth, soaking up the energy of the sun as it remains longer and longer in the sky. There comes a day, the summer solstice, when the day is as long as it ever will be. The sun seems to stay in the sky forever. And on this day, we find the ruler of oak wandering about.
I am springtime. I am summer. I am light and growth, and I am strong. Today, the sun will stay in the sky, and I am as strong as I will ever be. I am invincible.
Oh, the ruler of holly, who, if you remember, likes the shorter days, has called out the ruler of oak.
Oh, you think you can beat me? I surely do. Wow.
And so they begin their battle. The sword fight rages all across the countryside. The sword fight rages all across the countryside. And they're equally matched, so it keeps going. And it keeps going. And it keeps on going. And it keeps on going. Until suddenly, the ruler of holly knocks the sword from the ruler of oak's grasp. Now be gone. And the ruler of oak leaves. Without their presence, the days will no longer grow longer. Instead, the ruler of holly is now in charge, and our days will begin to get shorter and shorter. And they will do so until we reach the winter solstice. And hey, guess what happens then? Yep. The ruler of oak will return, and they will once again do battle. And they do this every year. They have since the beginning of time, and they will continue until time ends.
Now, can you hear me? Okay. Now, during a moment of contemplative music, I invite you into our weekly ritual of stones and water. Those of you with us online are invited into a time of contemplation during quiet music, and you may wish to share your joy or sorrow in the chat to be spoken aloud during the time of prayer. For those of you here in the sanctuary, you are welcome to come forward and take a stone representing any of the hopes and fears that you bring with you this morning. Drop the stone in the water, which represents the embrace of our community. Those of you in person who wish to have your joy or sorrow spoken aloud may write it on a slip of paper in the back table to be shared during prayer. Our children are now invited. Nope. Stop. Children are now invited to their classes. Congregation, will you join me in singing them out? Live in joy.
Please join with me in the singing the Living Tradition hymnal, hymn 188. Come, come, whoever you are. Whole bunches of us should probably not even need the hymnal, right? 3 times. Come, come, whoever you are. worshipper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. In preparation, you should know that I'm taking you on a guided journey, a guided meditation, typically done with eyes closed, and it is almost 15 minutes long. So if you feel like you can't hang that long, we project the same thing out there where you're welcome to squirm and not feel at all self-conscious. Okay. Litha is the growing time. The earth's creative energy is in motion now, billowing and blowing through the leaves of the trees, flowers blooming into glorious color. Grasses turn a lush green, hay and timothy grow high and golden. We are going on a vision quest together, and we will be raising energy to affect the world around us. So, get comfortable now. Place your feet on the floor, and if you like, close your eyes. These changes in your body will help you see where we are going. Breathe in deeply, and then let it out slowly. Once. And again. One more time. You will be leaving this body here for now, well tended and safe, while our spirits journey together for a while. You find yourself on a dusty, rocky path with mountains and rock ledges on either side of you. The smell of sage and dust fills your nostrils. You can hear, far off, the sound of ocean waves crashing onto a distant shore. It is a bright morning, still cool even though it's summer. You know it will get hot later, but for now, it is a truly pleasant day. Looking around, you find that others are joining you on this journey. Look at them and see that they are looking back at you. We are kindred spirits who have come here together to follow where this path leads us. We find that in this place, we are whole and healthy and energized. And we know that we are certainly up to the journey that is before us. We walk together for quite a way down this dusty path. Eventually, we notice that the mountain wall to our right slopes lower and lower as we journey. and finally it peters out altogether. Where before we were enclosed in the mountain's embrace on both sides of us, we now see to our right that we have come to a meadow. Stop here and look. This place is perhaps 100 yards across, bordered all around by a forest of tall oak trees. The path we have been following now leads us into this meadow as it goes round in a circle that describes the circumference of this space. Looking over this meadow, we notice how brown and barren the field is, how dry and dead. Clumps of dead flower heads show where flowers once bloomed, fragrant and colorful. It is the same with the oak forest. The trees are brown. The leaves that should have been green and ripe are withered and falling off the branches. We have come here to breathe life into this forest, to save this meadow. We understand that we must now work together to do it. We gather together in a large circle within the meadow. We reach out and hold the hands of the people next to us. We can feel a gentle swaying beginning in our bodies, moving in a clockwise pattern through our bellies, chests, arms, necks, heads. The ones next to us are already moving into this clockwise sway. We feel our creative energy rising up in us, coming from the earth, through our feet, from the people we are touching, from the larger circle of all our clasped hands. This energy begins to move from us into the circle so that all of our energies are combined into a dazzling white light of joyous vitality that moves freely around and through us, going ever clockwise, going faster and faster. We begin to hum, quietly at first, and then more loudly as we are swaying, as we are swayed by the pulsing of this group energy. Some of us begin to drone the mystic syllable Om, the sacred mantra that brings all things into being. We are here to breathe life back into this dead space, to create once again the beautiful forest, the vibrant green meadow, the glorious colors of flowers which used to fill this space. We feel the energy creating a cylinder that begins at our feet and extends above us. Now we move this cylinder of energy to extend beyond the circle in all directions, reaching deep into the earth and up into the sky, into the roots of the trees and overhead into the canopy of branches and leaves. The earth responds with joy, being fed by this sphere of creative energy. You can feel her delight. She drinks deeply and feeds her children, sending energy, sending life into the grasses and the trees and the flowers and many other alive things that we cannot know. And still, we keep the flow of energy pulsating around us. The chanting dies out slowly. The humming stops. You are grateful to see that all around the circle, others are lowering themselves to the ground. You also sit and behold. What you see before you fills the group with awe. A woman approaches, but is she a woman? Her skin is golden and radiates light. In her long black hair are twined leaves and vines. Songbirds nestle on her shoulder and sweetly sing. Her dress is green, and she trails the stars in her wake. She smells of flowers, honeysuckle and jasmine. She both is the earth and holds the earth. This is Gaia, Earth Mother. She leans down toward you and whispers in your ear, "We have things to discuss. Sit now and listen." You realize slowly that the Earth Mother's voice is now still. She has told you what she wanted you to hear. Keep it in your heart. Ponder it. Treasure it. But do not wait too long to act upon her requests. It is time to go. Slowly we rise from our resting place on the earth. Take some deep breaths. Raise your arms to the sky and send a silent blessing of love out to the circle of us, then to the grass around us, then into the forest and her trees and shrubs, then to the animals which we cannot see but know must be nearby. This has been deep, good work. Together we have brought a small part of Earth back to life. We were able to do this together. Now, together, we resolve to use our energy and our strength to repair and wake up and energize whatever part of Earth we can, in whatever part of the world we can, wherever in our own life we can. Now we understand that it is time to return to the bodies we left behind. We follow the dusty path out of the meadow, back between the mountains. Many of us are silent, pondering her words and where our lives must now go because of those words. We can smell the dust and the sage as we journey back. We hear again the far-off crash of ocean waves. But greater still is our wonder at what we saw, what we experienced together in that meadow among those trees. Some of us talk quietly about our shared experience or about what we heard the Earth Mother ask of us. Looking around us now, we see that we have returned much more swiftly to our starting point than we expected, because now we know the way. We see the circle of seated bodies we left behind, secure and comfortable, and we gladly re-enter our own body, stretch up our arms and open our eyes. Tighten, then loosen the muscles in our backs, legs, chests. We come fully back to this place in the mundane world. It is a sorrow to leave behind so beautiful a place as we have made, but it is also a joy to return here, to our lives and the people we love. And we know how to journey back to that meadow if ever we find ourselves missing its beauty and its joy. Welcome, my friends, my family. Welcome back. Blessed be.
In many religions and many cultures, breaking bread together is an integral part of a communal feast. Christians call it communion. And if you have been in a Christian church, I'm sure you've participated in that. Jews light candles and say a blessing before the Sabbath meal. This entire society, many of us before Thanksgiving dinner, stop to say that for which we are thankful. When we give thanks, when we celebrate new life and new beginnings, when we come together in sorrow, food and drink are there. In pagan rituals, we often call this part of the ritual cakes and ale, although the feast is often neither cake nor ale. Today, it is cheese and caramel cake, rice cakes, so I guess sort of cake. With cauliflower crackers as an alternative and apple juice or water as our beverage. Cakes and ale comes near the end of the ritual. Perhaps we have raised energy and need a time and a place to ground the energy and the adrenaline that is flowing through our bodies. Perhaps we've been meditating and have left our bodies behind on the earthly plane while our minds have roamed free. No matter what the ritual has held, this is a time to rest, relax, and visit in this place we've created between the world of the spirit and the everyday world, and prepare to return to that which awaits us outside. Usually we bring the food to the individuals in the circle, but in this format, that would be a logistical nightmare. So, we ask that those of you who chose to join us in Cakes and Ale today come forward to receive the blessing of food and drink. Please come down the center aisle to the yellow table behind us. And after you have received your gifts, please process around the outside of the circle so that we don't run into each other. If you would like to participate but would have difficulty coming forward, please raise your hand and we will bring the offering to you. As you receive your offering, you may hear us say, "May you never hunger and may you never thirst." The standard reply is, "Thou art God or Goddess," although we need to non-binary that. But a smile, a nod, or a simple thank you is more than adequate and acceptable. And we invite you to join us in the feast. Now we would like to offer you a reading. The poem, The Summer Day by Mary Oliver, which I think is a favorite of many others here as well. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous, complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't exactly know what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Before we close, the altar is set in the middle of the table, and we'll be around after if anyone wants to come and ask questions about why it looks the way it looks and what each of these things represent. We'll definitely be very happy to answer any questions you have. And we're going to leave you with a poem from my favorite Sufi poet, the poet Hafiz. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Imagine a love like that. It lights the whole sky.
It is now time to open the circle and to release the elements and the powers that we brought into the circle. We begin again in the east with the element of air and the power of intellect and inspiration. We thank you for your energy and your protection. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. And to the south with the element of fire and the power of passion and transformation. We thank you for your energy and your protection. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. To the west, with the element of water and the power of healing and deep understanding, we thank you for your energy and your protection. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. Into the north with the element of earth and the power of love and abundance. We thank you for your energy and your protection. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. This circle is now open and is no more. May we merry meet and merry part and merry meet again.
Usually we do our benediction that you're so used to, which was incidentally written by a woman named Sarah Bess, who was a member of the church many, many, many years ago. But today we're going to close with the benediction that we sing for our Kaleidoscope rituals. It's a common pagan chant, a lot of people use it. And I'd like to teach you a little bit of it before we get started. Don't worry, it's short. And the words are, "This circle is open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again." And Violet, if I could have that A. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. 3 times we do this. So here we go again. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. Blessed be. Go in blessing and be a blessing to the world that needs our care. Go in peace and blessed be.